What is up, friends? Big Dub back with you again with a little review. I've done a lot of videos in the past 5-6 weeks, but I haven't done a review since the last time I got some custom work in. So today, once again, we're going to look at some custom head sculpts for SH Figuarts from goldenhand_customs on Instagram. Up here, I'll put a link to the last set that I purchased from Golden Hand Customs. Super impressed with that first wave I got. Here's a new wave that I've picked up, and I wanted to show them off for you. So I've got a Civil War style Black Widow head sculpt that will fit either this version, the Age of Ultron Black Widow. Got it set up. I have a Bucky head sculpt for this Infinity War Bucky. I have a patch that's removable for it. And then I have a Hawkeye head sculpt for the, I think that's also Age of Ultron Hawkeye SH Figuarts. As you know, this Black Widow and that Hawkeye are very difficult to find. And I don't actually have the Hawkeye here yet. I ordered it online a little while ago and it hasn't arrived yet. So that's one of the very few, I think there's only 3 or 4 Marvel SH Figuarts that I don't own. And that was the 5th one. But I finally picked it up at a good price, and so it's headed in. So I'll have to do a different comparison for that. I also picked up a Black Widow and Hawkeye for my sister Kimberly. She designed all my merchandise page. I'll put a card here for merchandise if you're interested in your Big Dub merch. That was some payment for her helping design some of my merch that people seem to be enjoying. So shout out to Kimberly. Thank you for that. So I wanted to talk to you here. We'll go the same way. I'm going to show you a close-up on the head from Golden Hand Customs and the original head. I will put some pictures to some other heads, like Thor head sculpt has the helmet on it. I'll find the regular one. I'll compare it to a Hawkeye head sculpt since I don't have that in hand, but show you what we're working with, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's take a look at these head sculpts from Golden Hand Customs. Here we have the SH Figuarts Hawkeye head sculpt for the Age of Ultron Hawkeye. Like I said, I don't have the regular one in hand yet, but I will show you this one. You can see it's got great detail, little facial hair, wonderful hair sculpting, and I think it's a pretty good likeness there for your SH Figuarts. I'll put a picture down the corner right now so that you can see what the regular release from Figuarts looks like and compare it. And once I get my Hawkeye in hand, I'll take some pictures and put it up on Instagram. But I'm pleased with this one, especially. I think I just want to have one of each Avenger in one of these head sculpts from Golden Hand Customs. Now, I know I've mentioned this before, but he will also make Legends head sculpts, and he does pure custom work as well. So definitely look that up. But that is a look at the Hawkeye head sculpt. Here is the Black Widow head sculpt, which I believe is Civil War inspired by. It's got the full red hair in the back, which I think looks very good. Very nice head sculpt. I was going to put this, as I showed you, on the Age of Ultron Black Widow, but after messing it, I know he made it work with both. You have to take the neck joint off of that one, as well as then try to get the peg out of the existing head sculpt and convert it. Plus, there is a lot more skin showing down like the chest of that one, and the skin is never going to match a custom perfectly, so there's more opportunities for it to look off. So I just decided to go with the Infinity War Black Widow instead, which is the recommended way, but he did make it work with both, just in case you want to try that out. So there, you can compare the two head sculpts. This, I know because it's blonde, it's slightly different. And I think that Figuarts did a pretty good job on the Infinity War head sculpt there, but you can tell pretty nice difference between the two. So I am going to go with the Infinity War body for that head sculpt, and I will show you it on the figure in just a bit. And now here we have the Bucky Barnes head sculpt from Golden Hand Customs. I think this is one that's going to have the most striking difference. I really like the hair work done here, and the face looks excellent. I think the Winter Soldier, the Bucky, the big downside for the Figuarts version is the head sculpt is just not very good. It's kind of, I mean, I think you've heard people say it looks derpy or whatever you want to say. And you can just see the comparison there. Quite a difference between the two. And so I'm much happier to have the Golden Hand Customs version. Again, you can just see the difference in the hair. Pretty significant face difference. Just overall a pretty significant head difference. I think once you see it on the figure, you'll see that as well. You do have to warm up the Figuarts head on the left there and take out its peg if you don't get it to come out in the neck, but that's not too terribly difficult. You can just use like needle nose pliers and do it that way. On to Thor. Finally, here is the Thor head sculpt from Golden Hand Customs. And there are actually a few options. You could get this one with the eye patch, which I have the eye patch separately, or one where he still has the paint across his face but is unhelmeted. I forgot that the Gladiator Thor, I love that figure art, but it came with only a helmeted head sculpt. I guess I was confused with the earlier Thor, I think Age of Ultron, that had the unhelmeted. So this is your best bet to get an unhelmeted head sculpt. And you see this is kind of an Infinity War look. And then you can put the eye patch on it and be pre-Infinity War or pre him meeting Rocket. So there's just a lot of choices here. It's going to be hard to compare since the Figuarts version is helmeted, but I'll try to show you. You can see the hair on this Thor, really well sculpted. I think he does an excellent job with hair. No sense turning this one all the way around because it's just the face sculpt under the mask or the helmet. So I think it looks really good. It's a great comparison, but let me get his eye patch on. There you have it with the removable eye patch on once his eye has been taken out. And I like the way that looks too. I like it that it's removable. I think I'll start with it in this pose on the Gladiator body. Once the Infinity War Thor comes in, what I may do is move this head sculpt to that if it's compatible with the peg, and see if I can get a different head commissioned. What I'd like is, instead of a eye patch here, if there could be the bloody hole that he has in his eye, because this is right after Hela has ripped his eye out. And that way you could recreate the bridge scene, which is my favorite scene in all of the MCU, where he lands on the bridge and he has the hole in his eye and he's wielding the swords and doing work. So I think once the Infinity War one is out, I could move this head to that body and take off the eye patch, or have it on depending on the scene, and then use the hole in the eye head sculpt if Golden Hand Customs makes one of those for the Gladiator Thor. So let's look at these on the figure so you can get a feel for what they look like. There are the three head sculpts that I have the figures for already sitting in frame. I think they look excellent. All three are nice upgrades. I think if I ranked them, I actually am most pleased with the Black Widow. It just looks fantastic on that Infinity War body, and that was not the body I thought I'd use. Then Bucky, then Thor, and I think that's just because the SH Figuarts helmeted Thor is already a good head sculpt, and because it's primarily helmeted, it's not a lot to compare it to. This is the best unhelmeted Thor head sculpt that I have, and glad to have it with the eye patch. And you know, we'll go from there. Once I get the Hawkeye body in next week, I'll post pictures of that too, and you can check out that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Shout out again to Golden Hand _Customs on Instagram. You can message him on Instagram, look at his page there, check out his story. He shows all the things he's got for sale. Right now there is a T'Challa head sculpt that I want for Figuarts, and there will be a Sam head sculpt for the Falcon that I'll probably end up getting. And then hopefully I can talk to him about getting the Thor with the hole in the eye. If you're watching this, Golden Hand, I would like that. And then we'll see where it goes from there. I think there is a Bruce Banner head sculpt for a Legend, since there's not a Figuarts of that. That doesn't cross over yet, but he also has a bunch of Legends head sculpts. So go check out his work. Big shout out to him. I really am happy to do business with him, and I really appreciate these figures. So check my Instagram feed, BigDub60, if you want to see some more pictures of these guys. And I appreciate you watching this review. check out the rest of my channel for all kinds of everything. I do a whole lot of everything. So if you came here and you've never been here before, I encourage you to look around. I got a lot of stuff. Anyway, I'll check you in the next episode. Go ahead and give us a squeeze it.